Hi guys, I'm Jason Kennedy. Welcome to another edition of Swing By. I'll be your host today, again, but for the first time I'll also be a guest. Not because we couldn't find anybody, but I feel like some people out there might want to know why I'm hosting this show. You need to know immediately, this is a dream come true. I'm obsessed with golf. I've been broadcasting for a long, long time. We'll get into that in a little bit, but first, welcome to my house, just outside of Los Angeles. Couple rules before you meet my family. Shoes off. We're a little OCD, so we're gonna clean the place up. And I think it's time for you to meet my wife and my 2 kids. And of course, my dog, Bennett. Hey, buddy. My kids. Hopefully you like them. I love them to pieces. This is River. Riv, can you say hello? Say hello. Say hello.
Look.
Yeah, that's a microphone. So Riv is my firstborn. He's 2. Ooh. And then this is Poppy Ford. She's 5 months old. She's my little princess. And I think she has the prettiest eyes in the world. And then the matriarch of our home is right over here, my wife, Flo.
Sorry, just get some background.
It's okay.
Thanks.
Do you want to say hi?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Can I show them my smoothie area?
Oh, sure.
So if you saw the JT episode, you know that I love smoothies. Do you do smoothies every morning, or are you more of a protein shake guy?
I'm a little bit of both. Usually I'll have a smoothie whenever I'm with you because you make them for me. My wife makes them, but so it's just whenever somebody else makes it for me is when I do a smoothie.
So this is my smoothie area, and a lot of friends make fun of me because I put 18 to 22 ingredients in my smoothie every morning. We got the collagen, we got the cacao nibs, we got the cacao powder, we've got the ground flaxseed. That's the smoothie area. This is my kitchen, and it's great to have you. What else do you want to see? Jay?
What's the best part of being a dad?
Best part about being a dad, usually right now, we'll drive to the end of the block. My son is obsessed with cars, so he'll just sit on my lap and he'll just say, car, car, truck, car, van, car. And that will happen for about 30 minutes. And then there you go. And then I'll put him down, and just now that he's 2 and he can communicate a little bit better, it's nice to feel like you got a buddy hanging out with you.
Jay, before the kids, how did you meet your wife?
So they want to know how I met your mommy.
Look.
What? Yeah. You love that microphone? All right, we'll let you touch it. Gentle. Did you just pound the mic? Give it a pound. Give it a dap. Nice. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, one more? It's good. You want family moments? Here you go. So while our son watches Wheels on the Bus, how I met Lo is a loaded question. I was sitting at my desk at E, and I saw on TMZ, of all places, this story about a girl who lost her arm and her eye from a plane propeller. And it was like one of those stories you read, and I'm thinking, how does this even happen? This sounds so tragic. How is she alive? Long story short, I tried to interview you, and about a year passed, and you're still in full recovery, and never heard anything back. But my co-host at the time, Juliana Rancic, ended up getting an interview. You did just a small amount of interviews, and you did the interview with G, and Juliana was like, why don't you just kind of come back to the E! News studios and hang out and meet Jason? And we started talking. We were dating, I think, within what?
We went on a hike the next day. He gave me his number. Actually, we have it framed in the front because I found the note. It was his number. It was where to go to breakfast, a watch place that I wanted for my dad because I saw his watch.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. And the hike place.
That's right.
And the next day was Saturday, and he said, if you want to go hiking, just text me. Me and my friend are going.
She texted me. We ended up going hiking. Next thing you know, we've been married almost 10 years. We've got 2 kids. I think you still love me, right?
Yes.
I love her deeply. She supports my career and is an incredible mom, and she loves all the golf guys.
I do.
So Jason, how did you get into broadcasting?
I got into broadcasting when I was 12 years old. My friend asked me if I wanted to visit the local news station in Miami, Florida, Channel 7. And I thought to myself, exactly. I said, why would I want to do something like that? Who goes to a news station? But I decided to do it, and I was in love instantly with the business. The sports broadcaster, Jim Barry, who's still working down in Miami to this day, asked me to come on set. And the next day at school, everybody's like, man, I saw you on the news. That was the wildest thing. I went home, I built my own studio. We had this extra room, so I put up a bed sheet. I borrowed my mom's Hi8 video camera, and from 12 years old all the way to 17, it turned into a full working studio.
Welcome back to 7 News at 5. I'm Rob Painter, and Rick has the night off. You'll join me tonight on 7 News at 10. Thank you and hello again.
And that's why this is so important to me. This is my original on the air sign. God bless my mom. Usually it's supposed to just say on air, but they put on the air. They didn't know, they're not the business. And this, every time we went on, would light up so my parents would know not to come in there. We're doing a serious broadcast. Keep out.
If you're just joining us, happy 1997. I'm Brian Andrews, along with the whole entire 7 News crew. We were live in the 7 Satellite Center down in front of Cocoa Walk in the South Beach area.
And this was before the days of YouTube, so now I just have thousands of VHS tapes stacked up. I had a police scanner, and I would go to news scenes.
This is where the suspect was, right here. This is exactly what he's doing. He was crouching in this position. He crouched down right here, laid down on his back. You can see how there's foot marks in that area.
I had 15 TVs, I had a news desk, I had lighting. We were like popping all these circuits because we were running out of power in the house because I had this like heavy duty lighting, and I was just hooked. And I would go out to these really dangerous areas and do these mock news reports for nobody, really just to practice. There wasn't a station or anything like that, but sometimes we would sell our footage to the local news station for $50 to keep the lights on. So I had the studio in my house for many years, but sometimes I'd get crazy and I would hear breaking news on my police scanner, and I would go to the scene. I would take a taxi because I wasn't old enough to drive, and I have all this footage that was never seen anywhere except right now. So let's see.
If you would like to find out some more information on the activities and fun festivities that will be going on, you can email.
Oh, screwed up.
Jeez, Derek, I'm losing it. Events, got it, I'm with you. Won't happen again.
Won't happen again. I'm 15 years old getting upset at myself. Won't happen again, Derek. All right, this is where my neighbor was holding a hose. We wanted it to seem like it was raining. It rains a lot in Florida, but today it wasn't on this specific day.
Hey, I'm Rob Haterhead, live in Miramar. As the rains are coming down, it's like a hurricane, but it's not. People have called up into our 7 News room saying, is this a tropical depression? Is this a tropical storm? No, it's not. It's not a hurricane or anything. But I just been out here for about 5 minutes. My pad and my mic's getting wet. It's getting really hard. We had tons of trees in the Miramar area right here. Today, said, but the sewage all took it away and the drains, but today the water's got up to here, all the way up to my knees up here.
Up to my knees, I was pointing to my ankles. Clearly I was young and I had some things that I needed to figure out, like, where certain things were. I think this was a murder. Let's see what's going on here.
Jason Kennedy, WLHP, can you talk to me about the murder this morning?
WLHP was a made-up station. That's not a real news station. That mic flag, fake. My notepad, fake. WLHP, fake. This is my first job in high school, covering hard-hitting stories. The show is called Sports Talk, but they're not gonna let me cover the Miami Dolphins just yet. I have to put in time, so they sent me to cover the Renaissance Fair. Take a look.
I hope you folks have enjoyed this trip, but now it's time to go back into the present and to see what's new and hip in fashion with Roxanne.
I don't know Roxanne, I don't remember Roxanne, but clearly they made me put on some sort of a costume there. My first professional break was probably my manager, Marky. She said, come out to Los Angeles. And I thought, okay, if I do that, it's gonna be, oh man, all these auditions and I'm gonna be working all the time. I was just waiting for someone to give me my first break. And then finally E came around, probably about 6 or 7 months into living in LA, and the rest is history. It was a run like I'll never experience and never forget. I absolutely loved it. Badge still works, and here we are. This is kind of surreal because I haven't been back on E! News in 5 years. This place, that studio right there, was a part of my life for 15 years. Seeing a lot of old familiar faces, about to go in the studio, but more importantly, hair and makeup. I've gotten older, I've got 2 kids, and you know, a little baggier under the eyes, hair's a little gray. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna get patched up, and feel free to come on inside.
Oh no, not you again.
Hi, I'm Jason Kennedy, and before I go on television, I like to put these under my eyes so it doesn't look like I've been awake for 4 weeks straight. You may be saying, what is going on here? I care deeply about my hair. There's not a lot of it left, and I just wanted to look really full on camera. We do this for maybe 15 to 20 minutes, then we're gonna head in on set, and this is gonna be my first day back on E! News since 2019, which is wild.
The old Red Bar in Vegas. I drove by it last night, actually. It looks so cool. Here's what he told us all about it.
First time I was starstruck, I would definitely say Julia Roberts. It was a sit-down interview. I didn't know what she was gonna be like. I was a massive fan, and she didn't give me a lot in the beginning because it was a Broadway play, but the next time I saw her, she remembered everything. And then it turned into almost like this TV friendship where anytime she was doing an interview, she would ask me to do the interview, and she would ask me about my love life and my dating. When Lo started coming into my life, she's like, don't screw this up. So we had this really cool relationship on camera that for many, many years was a big focus whenever she did movies on E! News.
And Jay, what's the most nervous you've been professionally?
Besides meeting Julia Roberts and Tom Brady, I would say my first live red carpet at the Emmys. Ryan Seacrest decided he was gonna step away from the Emmys and he was just gonna do the Oscars and the Golden Globes. So they said, hey, do you wanna do the Emmys? Of course, I said yes. That was a wild morning. I woke up, I was so nervous, I started brushing my teeth that I was gagging. Every time I was like, and Lo to this day makes fun of me. She's like, the Emmys, huh? You nervous like the Emmy day? You gonna be able to brush your teeth? I couldn't brush my teeth without gagging, and we still laugh about it. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't put a thought together. I felt just wildly overwhelmed, but as soon as we were 3 seconds out from going live, I felt at home. It felt like something I've been doing for many, many years. But I don't wish those nerves on anyone. It's only happened one other time since the Emmys, and that's when Justin Thomas asked me if I could officiate his wedding with Jill. You asked me to marry you, and like, no one's ever asked me to do that. And I didn't want to let you guys down, but it's new territory for me, so I was petrified.
Yeah.
Nerves were just insane.
What was the most profound thing that I said that day during the ceremony? Yeah, probably all of it was tied for first, I'd say. Hold on, I gotta go back and watch the wedding video.
I honestly don't remember anything either. I was like looking, I was like, these are some of my heroes in the audience. I can't screw this up. This is the biggest day of your life. It turned out to be one of the more special things, but I will never marry another person as long as I live or officiate a wedding. Not kidding. Yeah.
Nevertheless, what was the best part of that experience?
Best part of that was when everybody was walking in. You saw Justin seeing Jill for the first time, and you got Rickie up there and Jordan and all his buddies from high school and college, and just being a part of a moment that was such a big deal for him. I was truly honored to be there. Here he comes. Did you see that? Well done, bro. I just wanted you to meet my friends. He's 4 years old. He just had the zoomies. It's a whole thing. And he's my best friend in the entire world. Okay, ready? Sit. Paw. Okay. What else do you want to know?
So, you were the officiant at Justin Thomas's wedding, but how do you become friends with a PGA Tour player like Justin Thomas or Rickie Fowler?
I met Rickie Fowler first through a mutual friend, and he started this thing called the 5th of July, which we probably got into in some of the episodes. What is the 5th of July?
So everyone knows about the 4th of July, and that's, you know, pretty expected that, you know, everyone likes to celebrate and enjoy, but started at the old house, and as you know, everyone was there hanging for the 4th of July, and then we just carried it on over and turned the 5th of July into kind of our holiday.
It was a beautiful celebration.
That was great.
Did anybody ever wear a mankini?
There were multiple.
Multiple.
Yes.
Those were the days, man.
And these guys became like brothers. And then I met Webb Simpson through another buddy, and it's this whole web of PGA Tour players who became really good buddies of mine, and I just love these guys to pieces. They are the real deal, great dads, husbands, and that's the story.
So what is your favorite part of the Rickie Fowler episode?
Throwing real.
All right. My favorite part of the Rickie interview was just being able to ask him questions that I normally wouldn't. And I feel like I can ask him anything in our friendship, but sometimes it might feel a little off or strange to be like, hey man, when's the last time you cried, or how do you deal with a miscut?
Were there times years ago where you're like, oh my gosh, man, this is really hard? Or did you just keep that stuff in?
No, I mean, there are definitely doubts, and especially when you're not seeing really any results, it's tough to really kind of lean on something. The good thing was everything away from the golf course was great.
But I want to know these things. I like to get deep with my friends. Those are the friendships and relationships that I have. I'm not a very surfacey guy. I hate small talk. So I think that would be the standout moment for sure.
What was your favorite part of the episode with Justin Thomas?
The JT interview, that's easy for me. Favorite part was the therapy. Again, getting deep with these guys. Pretend that I'm your therapist. You said 2023 was your least successful year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe on paper, but personally, do you feel like it was your least successful year?
I felt like it was as an amazing opportunity for me to grow and learn a lot.
Okay, we can open our eyes now. Another inhale. Kind of felt nice, right?
Yeah, it did.
I might start incorporating that more. The fact that a lot of them are open about using a sports psychologist and working through just how hard it is being a professional athlete. I mean, it's hard to play golf. I think we can all agree on that. These guys are doing extraordinary things, but how do they deal with not just a missed cut, but how do they deal with a bad year, an entire season? And I felt like we really got into it, so memorable for sure.
What would you say makes for a good interview?
Gumby! Does that mean you want me to play? What do you think makes for a good interview? It's a good question. I think listening is number one, and creating a safe space for people. And that's why I like doing the show, because a lot of times these guys are asked right before a round or right after a round, whether it's a good round or a bad round. And it can be quick and it can be informal, or it could be, bro, I can't with you. I can't concentrate. It can be quick or too formal, and to have the opportunity to go to a place where they feel safe, go to their house, a meaningful location, and talk to them about something that's on their mind and really get to know them, I think that creates a perfect vibe for a great interview. He'll just never stop. It's also, you can use this as a workout. So if you don't do arms, you just do 5. 3 more, that's right. It's almost like I have someone in my ear just pretending that they're training me.
So, Jason, what is your connection to the sport of golf?
I have a pretty deep connection to the game. My uncle, Roger Kennedy, played on the then senior tour in the 90s, so I would watch him, and he'd play with Raymond Floyd and Chi Rodriguez and all these legends of the game, and he desperately wanted me to be a great golfer. So at 7 a.m., once a week, I would meet him at the Pompano Beach Municipal Golf Course. He was the golf pro there before he went on the tour. And we'd just be practicing sand shots. I'd have my wedge, 7 a.m. before school, just hitting sand shots. Boom, boom, boom. I was miserable, it was dark. It just wasn't something I really wanted to do. And then one day, bam, he looks down, My sand wedge is there, and I'm not there. There was a car accident on the freeway. I had hopped the fence, grabbed my camera, and I was interviewing these two people that just got in an accident. That's when he realized, I don't need to force this. The game will come to him eventually, and he should be a broadcaster. It was kind of a pivotal moment, but I still played golf. I played on the golf team in high school. Wasn't the best, but I could keep up with these guys.
So Jason, I have one surprise for you. I'm gonna airdrop this to you.
Okay.
And you can let it roll. We dove into our archives just to see if there was any footage of Roger Kennedy.
Stop.
And we came up with what you're about to receive.
Let's see. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoa!
I'm Roger Kennedy from Pompano Beach, Florida. And I've been to the last 5 final schools. It's an exciting week. I guess you get used to it a little bit. The first time you're probably easier because you don't know what you're doing. It's probably harder after you've done it once, and I think to do it again. I'm PGA club professional for 25 years. I was at Pompano Beach Golf Course, and then I qualified for the senior tour and played out there. Then I've just been playing the senior series and some of the senior tour in the PGA section in one place or another, so I've just kept playing.
Kennedy got in on sponsors exemption, 1 over par, and a chance to get it to even par.
This is unbelievable, man.
Yeah, it's a dream. There's no question it's a dream. It actually wasn't even a dream. You just didn't even think it would happen. But after it happens once, it's you really don't realize what you've done until after you're out there once. But I'm thankful for just that time. A lot of guys are never going to get out there because when you're dealing with 8 spots for the whole world, it's just it's a tough situation.
Roger figures to make a good check here.
That's my aunt. She was the caddy. It's my Aunt Joyce.
Senior Classic.
Oh my gosh.
I remember going home and saying, now I see why those guys were so excited because you've done something that's so hard to do. You don't really realize what you've done the first time.
Roger.
Kennedy makes his par. Stays at 5 under, 4 off the lead.
Whoa. Y'all getting me emotional. Jeez.
Had you ever seen footage like that of him?
No. Where'd you find that?
It's the world's largest golf library.
That's insane, man. My uncle still plays. He can shoot his age. And my dad's gonna lose his mind when he sees that. And I think my uncle's gonna lose his mind too. That was a great surprise. So from bunker shots with Roger Kennedy to my living room here on Swing By, this is a full circle moment, and that was really cool. I appreciate you guys. I could have cried a lot right there, but just too much. Gotta be manly, it's a golf show. This is unbelievable. I'm sending it to my dad right now. Wow. I'm gonna try to send it to him. He probably has a flip phone, my uncle. I feel like you guys are getting sick of me by this point, so that does it for this edition of Swing By. I'm Jason Kennedy. We're gonna be swinging by the homes of other golfers soon, but in the meantime, I have to put my kids to bed, and that can get a little dicey. Nobody wants to see that. We'll see you later. Bye. All right, we'll see you. God bless. Bye. Bye. See you later. That does it for this edition of Swing By. Appreciate you watching. For more, watch right here, or you can subscribe right here.